Welcome to Busy Gardening with Mrs. Busybody. Hey everybody, my name is Lovey. I'm a new gardener here in Zone 8B, South Carolina, starting our journey to growing our own homegrown fruits, nuts, and vegetables. I hope that you join me on my journey as I start building our garden from the very start and enjoy what you see. I ask that you take time and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment from time to time and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy my journey.
Good morning, family. We are out here today to finally open up my Vigo Garden self-watering rolling tomato planter with trellis that I won from participating in a scavenger hunt from growing out the box. And it's been waiting patiently for me to have a tomato that I planted from seed to plant down in it. And now it's time to open up this baby and get Miss Roma planted down. So come along with me. We are back now, ready to open up my Vigo Garden rolling tomato planter pot with trellis. And I have been waiting patiently for this day because I wanted to have a tomato to actually put in it when I actually opened it and prepared it. So I'm excited because this is 3 months in the making. Okay. Okay. And it looks like it has very easy instructions with the pictures on the diagram and all. And very simple. I see the assembly guide, the parts list, the assembly guide, how to fill the planter. And we will be using this everything. This assembly videos can be found at www.vigogarden.com/assembly. And it has the barcode there on the box, so you can easily scan the barcode and pull up the assembly videos, which this is an assembly video, so you don't got to worry about going there. Okay, alrighty, planter, okay. And we're going to use this box too. For now, we're going to put it out the way. And so here we have the water level regulator on the back of it. And it is saying that when you use it outdoors, it's recommended to remove the stopper so that rainwater does not accumulate and oversaturate the soil. And so since this will be out here on the section of the garden where I have my plywood, I will be removing the stopper because yes, I am always out here tilting pots with the reservoirs on the bottom of them after a very heavy downpour, an unexpected downpour. Now I'm putting a little drain cap with the holes back on. Okay. And let's take a look at this baby close up and see what's going on. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So step 1 is the parts, and we have the pot, which is 1 cubic feet. We also have the water gauge, and we have 4 wheels. There we go. There we go. Okay. You want the gauges, the numbers to be facing outward. So we have the water gauge in. So now let's find the wheels. This feels like them. Alrighty. And we have 4 wheels that we're going to pop on. And that's simple enough. And so for the next step, and this is pushing the water gauge in, okay, and then assembling the trellis. And the trellis has P3, P4, P5, and P6, okay? So we're going to find them. P3s are the connectors, okay? So these are the P3s. Okay, and then let's get the next part open. The long part of the connector is straight up and down, and the shorter parts are going side to side, and we are connecting the P4 on the side, on the shorter part. Okay, so we're going to just throw them all together. Alright, I'm just going to make sure that they are tight and pushed in securely from all angles. And we have assembled one rim. And so we just going to rinse and repeat. And I'm going to sit that right there while I do the next one. Oh my God, my hands are ashy. My hands are ashy, as usual. That's because usually, first thing I do when I come outside is I tend to the dogs. And that involves handling water. Getting their water, self-watering container filled up with water. And there goes the start of the ashy hands. So, I need to get me some moisturizer or something to keep outside so that my hands are not always ashy when they are outside of my gloves. And if you have any recommendations on what you use to keep your hands moisturized, drop it in the comments and give me some suggestions on how to keep these hands from being so rough, because I'm always out here in the garden. Okay, and so we have assembled the second one quickly. All right, and let's get the third one done. And like I told y'all, it's gonna go fast. And again, what I am doing is connecting the short end of the P3 to the P4. Wow, the sun is really out today. And it is before I have to clock into work in the morning. So, I'm going to get some things accomplished. And that was this video that I have been impatiently waiting to do. And finally, we have the P6s, okay? And it looks like they just all connect the long end of the bar to this quadrant kind of connector here. There you go. And there you have a fully assembled tomato planter, okay? And next is gonna come with filling this bad baby up with soil. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the trellis for now. While we plant it up. Okay? So we're going to sit the trellis to the side while we put the soil, get the soil prepared. And so now that the assembly is done, we can move on to filling the planter. Okay, fill the planters in bucket with potting soil about 1 cubic feet. After planting, open the water cover and pour water into the tank. And this is the water cover right here. It has a nice little rubbery flap. Okay, so that's where you're going to fill it with water. Okay, and then it says add water to full. Okay, when the indicator inside the water gauge rests at the full line, stop adding water and replace the cover. When the indicator inside the water gauge is below the fill line, water needs to be added. So it's just that simple. Okay, and so then on the back of the planter, you have a maximum water capacity of 9 liters. Okay, and the minimum water capacity is 1.5 liters. When rotating to the left or the right, the 90, 60, 30, and 0 positions indicate water levels 60%, 30%, and the lowest levels. Okay? And you can use the back gauge to kind of adjust how much water that you are storing in there according to the moisture needs of the different plants. And so, of course, my first plant that I'm going to be doing in here is going to be a tomato because it's a tomato planter. But I see in the future, during my winter crops, me choosing another vegetable to put in here, or maybe a few vegetables. Okay, so here we go with the adding of the soil and getting my soil ready, in which I already have soil here that I have begun prepping in my green bucket. Where's my baby at? Here it is. This is the second Dollar Tree Roma, and she has been patiently waiting to catch up to her sister over there that's been planted down in silver raised bed number 6. I am also testing out my new microphone today, my clip-on mic. So hopefully the quality of my audio improves. And now I'm going to treat this hole with the triple threat, the earthworm castings, the bone meal, and the blood meal. And then we're going to mix it up down in the hole. And I'm going to snap these bottom leaves off. And even this one. Okay. And then we just going to get her down in the hole. And she has sand in the bottom of her cup. Oh, so I got to bring her closer so y'all can see how she's been liking her home. And she has a very good root structure. And now she has a new home to spread her roots. Right? Okay. And we're going to have to dig down. Okay. And get her all the way down to that neck. And close her on in. Miss Roma, welcome home. Okay. Yeah, girl. It's time to shine and do your big ones. And we will be planting some of my cilantro over in here with her. Now we can dust it off. Okay. Yeah. We have a couple of orange marigolds that definitely need a new home. And so we will pop a couple of orange marigolds in here with her. Okay, more towards the front. Okay, and the final thing to do is to now get this water filled up. Okay, so really quickly, what I'm about to do is pop out some of my cilantros and get them planted into the planter with Miss Roma and the marigolds. So let me bring y'all on down. Miss Cilantro over here needing some help to get out of this stuffy little box she's in. Okay, so we're going to definitely get these two here on the end. I'm going to let some of this water out. Okay, so while that's doing that, let's go ahead and get to popping these cilantros out. Kind of slide this over. Okay. Yeah, that gauge finally going down on the water leveler, as y'all may or may not be able to see. Let's see if I can bring y'all down. The water gauge is finally going down, and so now I'm going to plug it. That's where I want it at, right there. Okay. Alright, now let's move this mulch up out of their way so we can separate them, because I see one that's needing some help. Get this mulch moved on out the way. Get this mulch moved on out the way, because we gonna be giving them some love with this transplant. Giving them some love with this transplant. Giving them some love. Giving them some love. Giving them some love with this transplant. And I am seeing some good cilantro roots. Okay? And it just smells so good. And they're gonna be over here to be companions and as a deterrent crop for my tomatoes. Oh, I done broke one. Okay, well, we're about to get this whole ball planted down. We gonna get this whole ball planted down. We're gonna get these. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this whole ball planted down. Alrighty. Get this in with the Roma, some yellow marigolds, and some cilantro. Okay? And may this Roma grow up bigger, because this is the Dollar Tree Roma now, and it's in a competition. The Burpee Roma. So this is one of the Dollar Trees. So let's see how she do in the competition. Alright? Well, family, until the next time, I'll plant you now and dig you later. Bye.